This year, this program is not restricted only for women. They have opened up the application for everyone. Yeah, that means that boys are also going to apply for it. So if you have any guy friend who might want to apply for such programs, then please give this a word to them so that they can also apply for this prestigious program, right? So now you must be thinking that how do I know this? Because as I said, I have the community with me, where one of the HR recruiter from Google was a part of it, and we asked her that whether it is open for everyone or not. So they mentioned that yes, this time the program is open for everyone. Charvi has asked this level of what level of skills do we need to have to attain this scholarship? Moreover, does it have an interview round? And if yes, how important is DSA for scholarship? For the second question, I think I have mentioned everything. Key interview round most probably hoga. I hope that this meet and greet round is interview only. And then DSA के लिए भी I told you that online challenge में DSA is important. And then what level of skills that you need to attain. So see, in the coming few days, 40 days, I'm sure that it is, you guys must be working on your application. So all the skills that you have up till now, those are the skills that you can utilize in writing your essays and your resume, right? And as I said, this scholarship program is all about how are you making an impact. So you can consider this as a skill as well, if you are able to make an impact on the world or not, right? So I hope I have answered Charvi. Then Niharika asked, can I mention 30 days of Google Cloud certification program in my work experience section in the website? See, work experience, as I said, should be something related to the actual work that you have done. For example, internship and research work that you do under your professors. That is something that you can include over there. But if you really want to include 30 days of Google Cloud certification, then I would suggest include it in your achievements and certificate section. As far as I remember, in my application process on the website, there was a work experience section and achievement and certification section. So I had also done this program. So I had mentioned this in the achievement section. And then with this point, I just realized that in the application form on website, there was no section for position of responsibility. There was only one section for work experience. So I had mentioned both the things, my work experience and my position of responsibility in that section only, right? So let's move forward. I hope, Niharika, I have answered your question. Jafreen asks, academic transcript equivalent to mark sheet? Yes, transcript is equivalent to mark sheet. So if you have mark sheet of your first year, then you can add that as well. Charu Dwedi asks, what is the level of DSA asked for second year? See, now this is another important point that I guess I have missed while I was, taking up this point. Google for sure definitely understands that you guys are just in your second year. वो भी start ही किया है अभी second year. You're not yet over with the second year. They know that अभी आप लोग first year से आए हो, बहुत आपको knowledge नहीं होगा. So definitely they consider this point. In fact, last year when second year and first year both were allowed, so they had clearly mentioned that first year ka level would be lesser than the second year level. So you don't need to worry about if Google is going to ask very high level questions. No, Google is not going to ask any high level questions. If your basics are clear, then 70 to 80% questions would be easy for you if you have your basics clear. If not, then I would suggest you have another 40 minutes, नेट पे जाओ, GFG देखो, कोई इतनी सारी वेबसाइट्स हैं, इतने सारे यूट्यूब पे चैनल्स हैं, सब सीख सकते हो, राइट? And then again, here you should also understand that Google generally doesn't ask very advanced DSA questions, just the basic ones. Let's say string ho gaya, arrays ho gaye, stack and queue, DP, recursion and graph and trees. These are the few points where Google generally asks their questions from, right? इनसे ज़्यादा higher level के कुछ नहीं आएगा. So only the current semester's transcript has to be attached. I think it is the complete 1 year that you have passed up till now. If you have the complete mark sheet of both the semester, then that should be more better. But if you, let's say you have you don't have first year ka mark sheet, you have first semester or second semester ki mark sheet differently, alag alag hai, so then what I would suggest is you can combine them into one PDF, and then you can upload that PDF as your transcript. Then Kashika asks, can we mention non-technical position of responsibilities in your resume? Yes, definitely you can mention about non-technical position of responsibility. Why? Because, you know, let's say you are a teacher for 9th to 12th students, right? It is possible that you are a part of such programs. Then that will also have an impact on your application, because again, as I said, you are actually making an impact on so many people's life. So you can mention about such position of responsibility, but then again, be cautious of what you are putting up. Please do not mention about something which is not related to this program at all. Let's say you are a part of fashion society of your university or your college, then I would suggest do not mention about that, because again, Google को आपके मतलब Google को fashion से कुछ मतलब नहीं है. The company is not going to get affected by your contribution to the fashion society, right? So please try to refrain from adding such things. Then we have Rishi Madan. What if we have freelance experience? Then definitely you can add to your work experience, because freelance is also considered as experience. Because you know, first year में generally बहुत बड़ी companies internships के लिए आपको नहीं उठाएंगी. So these are the small places where you can gain experiences. So you can mention about that. Then Kajal asks, can we mention non-technical internship in the resume? Yes, you can mention about it if you don't have any other thing to mention, but you know, again, try to include something which is relevant to the program. But yes, even if you have non-technical internship experience, there's no issue, you can mention that as well. Then we have, should we mention a skill we are learning? Yes, you can mention about something that you are right now learning. Let's say, if I talk about myself, I am learning about Azure. So yes, I can mention that as well in my resume. But then you have to be clear that if you are asked any question in the skill, then you have to first of all make sure that the interviewer knows that you are still learning it. So you can mention that I am still learning about it, but then this is what all I need. I know about this skill, right? So this was the question from Manasvi. Then we have Priyasha. Can we mention being head coordinator in Innerve in the web dev team in the position of responsibility? Yes, at that time I was also the head coordinator in Innerve for the game development team. So yes, you can mention that. Then can we write participation in achievements? See, if you don't have any other achievement, then yes, you can mention about the participation, but be sure that while you are writing about participation, your participation should also have some impact on some or the other thing. Because it is possible that you let's say you participated in a hackathon and you worked on a project which has a huge impact on the world, but you did not get selected. So you can definitely mention about that, right? So the whole point is you should be able to justify how your role or how your contribution is able to make an impact on people. Then we have, does achievement refer to the technical achievement only? No, your achievements can be related to some other things as well. Like at that time, I had also mentioned that I had received, I had got 100 marks in maths in class 12. So I had also mentioned that in my achievements. So you can mention that as well. Then we have Kajal asking, can we mention a team project? Yes, you can definitely mention about your projects. I have mentioned it up, even now I have projects where I worked in a team, and those are included in my resume. So you can definitely mention that. Which resume is preferred, 2 column and 1 column? As I said at that time as well, both are, there's no preference for any one format. You can you can use any of the format that you want, either 2 column or 1 column. It depends on how you like to put up your things. I like the 2 column format more, so I am using that only. Then Kajal asks, can we put open source contribution in technical domain in achievement and projects? Yes, definitely you should add that, because that is something that Google promotes a lot, right? If you guys are aware of Google, I don't remember the full form, but if you are aware of GSOC program, so over there, the Google is actually trying to promote the open source culture. So you should definitely mention it. And in fact, I would suggest that you should mention it in a way that it seems very appealing, right? or impactful or impressive. So then we have, will participation in level 1 of Flipkart Grid also count as an achievement? I am not sure, but yes, you can add that if you think that it is an achievement for you, because yes, because almost 8,000 teams had applied this year in Flipkart Grid, and I guess 435 teams were selected in the level 1 round. So yes, you can perhaps add that as well. So can you please share your resume template? So there is this website called Novo Resume, right? So I had used this template from Novo Resume, and after I was done with my resume, what I did was I downloaded the resume in the PDF form and then converted into a Word form, Word doc format, right? And then उसके बाद से I have been using Word doc only to cultivate my resume every time I have to update it. So this is something that you can also take. This complete template is available at Novo Resume as well, right? What about reference? Sumbul, if you could elaborate on what reference are you talking about? If you're talking about a reference from someone that we call referral, then I really don't think that Google Generation Scholarship requires any referral from Googler. You can directly apply. But if you have something else in your mind, please clarify in the chat box. Then we have, can only second year students apply for this scholarship? Yes, this year it is open for only second year students and not for any other student, any other year student. But last year it was open for both first year and second year. But yes, you should keep in mind that this year boys are also allowed to apply this in this program. Then we have, do we need to mention one challenge or multiple challenges? See, it is totally up to you. As I said, I had mentioned about 4 challenges. So if you want, you can talk about one challenge and usko bahut अच्छे से elaborate कर सकते हो. And then you can also talk about your solution to that challenge. But if you don't think that one solution would be able to make 400 words, then you can definitely include multiple challenges. Then can we add lack of guidance as a challenge? See, I can't comment on what you should add or what you should not add, because obviously I have a different perception about everything and you have a different perception. But the only thing that matters is how are you able to put it up in your essay. मतलब अगर lack of guidance, if you think that is a challenge, then it is definitely possible that you might feel that this is a challenge, but I don't feel like it. But what you should keep in mind is that while you are mentioning this as a challenge, you should be able to justify that why this is a challenge, right? Then we have, and yes, I do feel that lack of guidance is a challenge, so you can mention about it if you want. What I would suggest is, unki website pe they have a mail ID, mail them and ask your queries. And in fact, one important point from this that I just realized, that if you face any problem while you are working on your application, let's say on the form that they have on the website, or in the essay or online challenge mein, or meet or greet mein, then I would strongly suggest that you should go to that email ID, mail your problems and concerns, and they will definitely get back to you. So if you have any doubt related to the eligibility of both boys or girls applying or not, then definitely go ask them through the mail. Then we have, after application, when will the online challenge happen? See, online challenge will most probably happen. You'll get the mail for the challenge 5 to 6 days after the application gets over. Why? Because see, उन्होंने अपनी website पे भी ये चीज लिखी हुई है that the invitation for the this challenge you will get it after 5 or 6 days, then when the application gets over, right? Then Satakshi asks, after the application, okay, where was I? Yeah, do CGPA matter in the selection of scholarship? See, CGPA is something which is that you should always try to have a high CGPA, right? I have an appropriate type of CGPA, so you should try to have a good CGPA. But in overall, as I said, your whole application would depend on how impactful your personality is, how strong are you in person. So this is what is going to majorly matter. So I can't directly comment that whether CGPA matters or not, because let's say I say that they don't matter, and this year they don't take the people who have a less CGPA, then obviously you will start questioning me that why I said that. So this is something that you should be mindful of. So I wouldn't comment much more about it. Next, we have how many questions were there. If you're talking about the online challenge, then there were around 15 to 18 questions in challenge 1 and 28 to 30 questions in challenge 2. But see, every year the format changes, so you can have more or less questions this year as well. Then Kirti asks, how much time will we get to complete the online challenge? See, in my time, both the challenges were of 30 minutes. That is 30 minutes for challenge 1 and that 30 minutes for challenge 2. Then Ishita asks, since this scholarship is coming earlier this year, so will operating system and computer networks be a part of mini challenge? Because they are not. See, Ishita, it is possible that they are not a part of your syllabus, but for other universities, it is possible that they are being taught in the second year only. So I can't comment on whether they will be asked or not, but I would suggest that you should prepare yourself for everything, right? So as I said, बहुत high level ka they are not going to ask anything. So what you can do is you can go to GFG and वहाँ से you can clarify everything. Then yes, Ramanpreet, boys can also apply this year, where the questions were MCQ. See, in both the challenges, the questions were majorly MCQs. मतलब ज़्यादातर were MCQ only, but a very few questions were true, false, and fill in the blanks or that sort of questions as well. But there were no long type questions where you have to type anything, right? Then the essay questions won't come in Java. See, they don't specify any. In my time, they did not specify any specific language. ऐसा नहीं था कि C++. See, I guess C++ was there, so they had asked questions from there as well. But what you can do is you can go to the application process. I'm sure they must have mentioned any specific language there. But if not, then questions can be from any language. But let's say if they said कि C++ से ही आने वाला है, then definitely CPP से ही आएगा, right? Speaking fluent English is necessary in interview, as I am not so much fluent. See, it all depends on how confident you are, and more importantly, what content that you are putting up over there. What is your impact on the interviewer? See, what will happen is that your interviewer, he or she will not, it is not compulsorily that he or she will belong to India only. I had a lot of friends or scholars who had interviewers from, let's say, Singapore or China or other Japan or other areas. So there, I should not say this, but there the level of fluency in English is not that much. So see, as I said, fluency is not something which is going to have a great impact, but what content are you speaking up, that is going to matter. Be confident on what you are speaking, right? So with this being said, let's move to the next question. What kind of questions are asked from the resume? See, from the resume, they will be asking, let's say if you mentioned XYZ project in your resume, so they can ask, please explain me about your project. Or let's say you were interned at some place and you have mentioned that in your resume, so they can ask about your experience at that internship. So anything that you have mentioned in the resume, that can be asked. Please explain me about this, or please explain me how you did this, something like that. Whether he single asks, we should make projects on topics as in development or DSA. See, it is totally up to you. Whatever you are working on, you can make a project on that. See, I am majorly involved into machine learning, so all my projects are related to machine learning. And as you guys must have seen Flutter apps and web app as well. So those were some of the few projects which I had made in teams, and there in those teams, my contribution was on machine learning. So whatever you make, whatever is your skill or whatever you are learning right now, you can make projects on that. We have Sneha. Do you think the competition will be more this time? See, don't worry about the competition at all, because see, competition की बात करी जाए तब तो definitely इस साल का नहीं, हर साल ही बहुत ज़्यादा competition होता है, because almost 29 countries are there. And then maybe I guess last year the competition was really high, because they were telling us that they had received an overwhelming amount of application. Around 5,000 applications were there right? So don't think about the competition, just work on your application and how are you going to prepare for it, right? If you will start thinking about the competition, then you'll get insecure feelings. So you should not, this is not something that you should try to have, right? So just focus on your work. Then where should we include volunteer work? Volunteer work, you can add that in your position of responsibilities only, right? Because there also you can write key this was my position and this was my work, right? What should we mention in the skills if we haven't completed any yet? See, now this is a very important question. Why? Because a lot of students think that firstly I learned all about a particular skill and then I'll say ki I know the skill. This is not the case, because when you work on something, only then you get to know about, you get to learn about the skill. So even if you haven't completed any skill, you can mention it, because as I said, you are working on that. I have been involved into machine learning for the last 2.5 years, right? But and I still I mentioned it in my resume, and I still feel that I am not 100% clear with every concept, because obviously I am not. I am still in college, and people who are at who are working in the field of machine learning, they know much more than me. So definitely I can't say that I have completed machine learning, but yes, it is a skill of mine. Paridhi asks, I don't have many technical achievements. Will this affect my resume? No, this will not affect your resume at all. See, the only thing that matters is what you have done. I am sure that up till now, or everything that I've spoken, you guys must have got the idea that all that matters in this application is what you have done, what is your impact on the world. So even if you don't have many technical achievements, if you have some, mention those, right? Then we have Karishma Vanari asking, should I add skill on which I haven't worked much on? See, as I said, in skills is a section where you have to be very cautious. Please add only those skills about which you are confident that अगर मुझसे इस skill में कुछ question पूछा गया, तो I'll be able to answer that. Only add only those skills in your section. स्किल सेक्शन. डोंट एड एनी स्किल जिसमें अगर आपसे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए और आप उसको आंसर नहीं कर पाओ, बिकॉज दैट विल हैव the worst impact that anyone can have for you, right? And that is something that you don't want. Then we have Vedahi Singhal asking, can we mention the game we are working on Innerve as a project? Yes, definitely, you can do it. I did it. And then what about PSA project for the challenge, the college that we're making? Yes, definitely both the projects can be included in your resume. Then we have Sneha. Can I mention GWalk in resume? Yes, you can do it. I also mentioned it. Or can I add in essays too? If you think that adding this in your essay will have an impact on the reader, then please add it. If you don't think that, please don't add it, right? And now, yeah, one very important thing that just slipped out of my mind. In the second question, the question where you are supposed to write about what impact this scholarship is going to make on you, there please try to avoid repetitive use of the word I did that, I learned this, I am going to use it this way. Please don't use I again and again, because that is going to make your essay look centered towards you. It is going to give an impact that you are self-obsessed. And again, as I said, this is not something that you want in your essay. So please refrain from using the word I, my, me, myself again and again. Try to reform the sentence in a different manner that gives the same meaning, but does not avoid the use of I again and again. But again, I would again point out that this does not mean that your essay should not contain I at all. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा ना. But again mat karna, because I have read one of the essay from last year. One student, she came up to me that you got selected for the round, and I also applied for this program, but I got rejected. So can you please tell me the mistakes that I made? So what I had observed in her essay was she had used I so much that every sentence was starting from I only. I did this, I went there, is tarah ki cheezein thi. So this is something that the reader does not like. He or she would think that you are self-centered, right? So please don't give such impression about yourself to the reader. In which format we should upload the resume? See, this is another important question. They have clearly mentioned that you should upload your resume in the form of PDF. They have written over here, PDF copy of your resume, PDF copy of current and most recent transcript, PDF copy of your 2 short answers. So everything should be in the PDF format only. Then Sakshi asks, while filling the form, where is the step where we have to mention whether we have received any other scholarship from the Google or not? Will those who have received some other scholarship as well be preferred more than see, there's no preference case over here. They will treat each and every application in a similar manner, as if all of them were. See, they are not going to see if you have received any other Google scholarship or not. I guess you are talking about the VE scholarship, if I'm right. See, for them, every student is going to be equal. They are not going to give preference to anyone for any other reason, right? Then we have Paridhi asking, at the time of application, how many projects did you include? Were they all prepared individually by you? No, I had almost 5 or 4 projects, and all of them were not made by me. I had worked in a team to work on them. Is it open for EC students? See, I guess this is something. I guess the application is open for everyone, because one of my friend from mechanical branch got selected for this round. So I guess you can apply as well. Then we have a question, is the application on rolling basis? No, I don't think this is on the rolling basis. That is the short answer to your question. We have, can I add Hacktoberfest contribution there too in the resume? Can I add in the essay? For the resume, definitely you can add it. I had also added that. But in the essay, if you think that it is going to make an impact in your answer, only then add it. Otherwise, don't add it. Then can any other branch student apply? Yes, you can definitely apply. In case we have received VE scholarship but didn't accept it, should we mention it or not? If yes, should we mention that why that we didn't accept it? I think it wouldn't create any impact by even if you mention it, because you haven't accepted it, right? So I would suggest don't take your application towards this point. Then we have what kind of projects you had at the time, like basics or good. Some of them were really good. I had a few hackathons out of those, and some of them were basic. So combination of both. See, it does not matter whether you have a project which is very basic or advanced. What matters is how well known you are about that project, or आपको कितना पता है उस project के बारे में. If you claim that I have worked on this thing in my project, then are you able to justify your contribution or not? That is what matters. Then we have D. Did you add the question and answers in Q&1 in the A2? Q1. Okay. Yes, what I did was, while making the PDF, I had made a Word doc. उसमें मैंने पहले question mention किया था, then the answer. Then in the second page, I had mentioned the question and then the answer. So I had mentioned the questions and answer both. If I don't have any team project, how much projects as solo we need? आपने जितने projects बनाए हैं आप उतने डाल सकते हैं. There is no restriction on the number of projects that you have added. How many projects should we mention? As I said, you can mention as many projects that you have. I got a L'Oreal scholarship. Should I? Yes, definitely you should mention it in the scholarship, in the achievement section. Why? Because they really want people who have past achievements or who have shown excellence in their performances. So this will give you an extra point, or brownie points if you mention it. So definitely mention it and present it in a very good manner. Then we have also the scholarship amount. Yes, you can add it. In fact, abhi ke jo mere resume hai, usme I have mentioned that I have received 1000 USD from Google Generation Scholarship. Then I have only one project till yet. How many should I made more? See, even if you have one project, you can elaborate on it बहुत अच्छे से if you want. And if you think that in the next coming 40 days, you can make 1 or 2 more projects, then that should be sufficient, I guess. 3 or 4 projects are actually a good amount of project that you can have, right? So with this, I guess we are over with the questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So with this, we come to an end.